Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Matt Cook along with the Eaglecrest game crew. This is the high school's game tape of their matchup with Sierra. This is number 1 versus number 2 today. That's Damian. Check that. That's Terrell Cameron with the return all the way out to the 35-yard line. The Sierra Stallions this year have been number 1 ranked most of the year in 5A classification. Of course, Eaglecrest late in the season was ranked number 2. They're undefeated. Damian Brown on the sweep around the outside, 40, across the 50, down to about the 48-yard line. Sierra, though, knocked off 6A teams like Overland earlier in the season. Brown again to carry up the middle to about the Stallion 45. A lot of people are saying this is the unofficial state 5A championship game today, 1 versus 2. And it should be a shootout. Brown gets the carry again, sweeping around outside, nothing doing. Stacked up at about the 46-yard line. Stallions play tough defense, haven't given up a lot of points this year. Of course, the Raptors have scored points in bucketfuls. Bryce Hedrick under center now. Now they'll get the offside penalty on Mark Moon. He jumped a little bit early. That'll move it back into Raptor territory at about the 49-yard line now. Milsey and Rosenau split up to the wide. Raptor backfield, 2 tight ends set now. Bryce back looking to pass, got a good time, rolling out a little bit, pumps once, sends it downfield, and it's off the helmet of the Sierra defender intended for Terrell Cameron, but the flag comes in there. So the pass interference penalty will bring it down to about the 36-yard line and make it 1st down and 10 for the Raptors. Raptors have been pretty fast starting here in the playoffs. Got up to a little bit slow start against Golden. And they hand it off to Jason Sovereign. Sovereign up to about the 33-yard line. Hedrick brings the troops up, takes a look at the Sierra defense. He's under center now. He's got the snap. They run the counter to Cameron. Cameron to the outside. He's going to get tackled back about the 36-yard line. He's going to lose yardage on that, about 3 yards. 3rd down now. Hedrick has Rosno down to the near side. Gets a snap. They run the counter again. This time Cameron's got a hole across the 30. Down to about, say, the 26. That ball squirts loose, but out of bounds. The Raptors will maintain possession. 4th down and 1, a big play. Coach Ron Peterson of the Raptors going for it right off the bat, looking for the knockout punch here early in the 1st quarter. And Hedrick's going to keep it. He gets across for the 1st down as he pushes it down to about the 25-yard line, just inside the 25-yard line. So 1st down and 10 now. Hedrick waits on the snap. He has it now. They swing it out to Brown on that sweep. Brown's got the corner. Brown across the 10, 20, touchdown, Damian Brown. And just like that, the Eaglecrest Raptors up 6-0 on the Sierra Stallions. It's a play we've seen a lot this year. Oh, check it. There's a penalty, and it's holding. So the penalty wipes out a beautiful sweep for about a 25-yard touchdown for Damian Brown. So the Raptors have the ball back. The Stallion 36. And Hedrick hands it off again. This time Sovereign looking for some room, banging it out to about the 34-yard line. Jason Sovereign, kind of the unknown man in that Raptor backfield. Brown and Terrell Cameron get a lot of the ink, but Jason Sovereign really gives the Raptors some power up the middle. He's had some decent numbers this year. Now they run play action. Bryce rolling out looking for a receiver. He's got the man down there wide open, Damian Brown. And that's got to be a blown coverage by the Sierra defense because Damian Brown was a good 5 or 6 yards from the nearest defender. I mean, he was wide open, and Bryce Hedrick puts it right on the old button. And Damian Brown walks it in for the touchdown. So now the Stallions find themselves in a hole, 6-0, and Jason Rogers will now attempt to add the PAT out of the hold of Bryce Hedrick. Rogers had a little bit of trouble here in the playoffs, but nearly automatic through most of the regular season. And he drills the pipes on this one. So the Raptors now lead it. Well, no, are they saying that didn't go through? Sure looked like it went through. They're saying no, it did not. So there you see it, 6:59 left in the first period, and the Raptors are up 6-0. So that looked like it was good to me, but apparently that was not the case. So I believe that's Jason Rogers will be kicking off. Ilmar Zidens has been kicking off some of the balls here in the playoffs. And it's a high end over end kick. Sierra will handle it at about their own 15-yard line, and the Raptors down there, good coverage. Trey Miller, Kevin Widmer down there in a hurry. They get some support from Jeremy Samuelson too on that coverage. So we get a first look at the Stallions today. It's a potent offense there. They get sent on offense, hand it off to the running back, who gets it out about to the 33-yard line, and that ball came loose. And there's the official signal. The Eaglecrest Raptors on Sierra's first series of plays take the ball and turn it over to the Raptors. So big opportunity for the Raptors now. They've got the ball at about the 33-yard line. Hedrick under center. They run the counter to Terrell Cameron. Cameron's got a line up the middle to about the 30, and then he's pushed back, but forward progress should carry him. Second down, ball at the 29-yard line now. And here come the Raptors. Hedrick under center. Waits on the snap. He's got it now. Rolling out, looking to pass. Good time. Now he puts it up there. He's got a receiver. And Terrell Cameron's going to haul one in. Terrell Cameron on a beautiful pass play by Bryce Hedrick. And Hedrick just let him enough and put it right over the head of the defender. And all Terrell Cameron had to do was just keep running and haul that ball in. And he walks into the end zone. Let's see now. Looks like the Raptors will go for two and try and make up for the missed extra point last time. So you'll have Brown, Sovereign, and Terrell Cameron in the backfield. Moon will be the tight end. Hedrick under center now. Pitch it out to Damian Brown. He's got a lane if he can turn it upside, and he does. And the Eaglecrest Raptors lead it 14-0. Damian Brown on that sweep. That's been an effective play for the Raptors so far today. And the Raptors take a 14-0 lead. And how important will that be? A lot of times in high school ball, momentum is everything. Right now, the Sierra Stallions don't have any of it. It's all on the side of the black shirts, the Eaglecrest Raptors. Raptors again have a big crowd here today. They've had some huge crowds so far through the playoffs. Again, a short kick down to about the 30. So Sierra now with the ball at the 35. They'll try and get something going on offense. They are in a hole, 14-0 to the Eaglecrest Raptors. The Stallions also have a good crowd along with them today. Made the trip down from the Springs. And we got some movement. Let's see who's it on. So the Stallions get the benefit of the call there. And we're going to have another flag. That time the Stallions moved, I believe. So it's going back the other way. So the Stallions may be a little nervous here so far in the early goings of this ball game, as they've had back-to-back penalties now. So it'll be second down now, but a long first down is where he's got to go. Looking for the receivers. Got one wide open, dropped across the middle. Travis Noble was there on the coverage and probably would have leveled him had he caught it. But that ball was not even close. So here comes Sierra now. They go to their one-back formation, wides top and bottom. Run play action, looking to pass, good pressure, and that ball I think was picked off. Trey Miller, great pressure from the outside. Jasper Armstrong and Kevin Widmer. And they're saying that, I'm not exactly sure what the penalty call was, but they're saying Miller scooped it up off the turf. It one hop to him, but it sure looked like an interception to me. So Sierra catches a break, ball out to the 46-yard line, and they run the end-around sweep to that side. Good pursuit. First man there on the tackle. That's Garen Shelton, I believe. So Sierra picks up a couple, moves the ball out to about the 48-yard line. And now they come right back, handing up off the middle, nothing doing. Solid play up the gut. Lance Gillett, Travis Noble, the whole interior of that Raptor line stopped it up. Ball just short of the midfield stripe. This will be third down now. Sierra looking to pass. He's got a receiver down there. He sends it. He's open. Hauls it in. He stays on his feet. Gets it down to the 5. Bo Rogers down there on the tackle. So Sierra punches it down to the Raptors 7. And they are challenging now. They go to their one back wide, or I formation, excuse me, one wide to the bottom of your screen. And they hand it off up the middle, nothing doing again. Good pressure up the middle from those interior guys. That was Greg Cutlip, first man there on the tackle that time. That's Tetris Nunn, and Nunn's going to get in for the touchdown. Tetris Nunn, the big running back, their big guy on the offensive side of the ball for the Stallions. And Nunn gets in for the touchdown and makes it 14-6, Eaglecrest. Let's see now if the Stallions will elect to go for 1 or 2 here. And it appears they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Stacked backfield behind. They hand it off. Let's see, did he get in? Yes, he did. So we've got a 14-8 ball game going right now. The Stallions will huddle up now. They spread out for their kick formation. And they get set now to kick it off. Brown, Sovereign, and Terrell Cameron are the deep men for the Raptors. And that'll hit at about the 8-yard line and then roll out of bounds. Jason Sovereign was the man over there. A little miscommunication there. Sovereign might have been able to get that ball to roll out of bounds. It sure looked like that's where it was headed. So Jason McQueen will split out wide to the bottom, and we will have the same Raptor backfield as Bryce Hedrick looking to pass. Sends it out there. Jason Sovereign. Sovereign holds it in. He's got blockers ahead of him across the 20, 25-30. Cuts it inside across the 30. Nice play. Beautifully executed screenplay there. Sovereign had 3 or 4 kids out in front of him blocking for him. They swing it out to Damian Brown. Brown to the outside, that sweep. Nice lead block by Jason Sovereign. Brown across to about the 46-yard line. He looks like he slipped on some ice or something over there. So the ball at the 46-yard line now. Bryce Hedrick under center. They hand it off, first man through the hole. Sovereign gets across midfield down to the 40, 35 to about the 34-yard line. So Jason Sovereign, as I mentioned, kind of the unknown man in that Raptor backfield, but he's having a big day so far. And Hedrick swings it out to Brown. Again, lead blocking for Sovereign, lead blocking for him. Across the 30, and then he slips down again. So it's not a very cold day, but perhaps the field maybe still has a little bit of ice on it, as it is early here. And the sun maybe not had a chance to warm everything up yet. Hedrick looking to pass. Watch for the screen again. Oh, and that was setting up beautifully. Terrell Cameron, ball just a little bit short in front of him, but that was setting up beautifully as the blockers were out in front of him on a middle screen there. So the Raptors with the ball inside the Stallion 30-yard line, looking to go up 20 or 21-8 on this drive. Brown again sweeping outside. Sovereign Lee blocking. Cuts it inside to the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Great offensive line play by that left side of the Raptors. Jason Sovereign Lee blocking. Didn't have anybody to block till he was a good 10 or 15 yards downfield. That time not quite as successful as Brown bangs it down to about the 11-yard line. So the ball now on the 11-yard line. The Raptors once again threatening. Moon sets on the far side. Now Bryce wants the TO. So the Raptors take a minute to talk things over. Hopefully have everything set now. Hedrick will go under center. That's Rosenau split up to the wide. Bryce rolling that way. Got pressured. He's going to get sacked all the way back to the 25-yard line. Good pressure from the Stallions. So that will do it for the first quarter. The Raptors lead it 14-8. The Raptors will be driving down now towards the north end here at the Stutler Bowl. Not much wind, but they will be going into it to see if it affects the passing game at all. Hedrick looking to pass again, running for his life, scrambling, throws it away. I think he's going to avoid the sack. It'll be an incomplete pass. So Jason Rogers now will attempt what amounts to a 46-yard field goal. And there's plenty of foot on that one. And he drills it. What a big field goal. Huge field goal. That's almost unheard of in high school football, to kick a field goal at that length. So Jason Rogers comes through with the big foot, and his team is up 17-8 now on the Sierra Stallions. Now Rogers will kick it off. It'll go down and hit at about the 20 and roll out of bounds. So Sierra now gets the ball at the 35-yard line. And they set up that I formation. Hand it off now to the I back. He gets across to about the 36-yard line. Squirts free from pressure. Nice job of running there. Thought Teacher's Nunn was almost tackled. Then was able to squirt through the pile. Sierra again on offense, rolling out. Play action, good pressure, sends it downfield. Too long. So this will be a third down play now. Ball just short of the 40-yard line. And Sierra looking to pass again. Good pressure once again. Has a receiver down there. See, did he haul it in? Yes, he did. Beautiful catch there going up between Bo Rogers and Jamie Kanapke. Check that. Courtney McHugh were the defenders on there, and the Sierra receiver just went up between those guys. Two of the better defenders on this team for the Raptors, and hauled that ball in. And they're going to run the sweep across to the 40. Gets it down to about the 37-yard line. So Sierra now with some success getting their offense untracked. Quick pitch out to Nunn again. Teacher's Nunn across the 30, down to still on his feet. Bulldog down at about the 28-yard line by Jamie Kanapke. So the men in black a little bit on their heels now, as Sierra has put together a pretty nifty little drive here. Had the ball at their own 35 to start with, so they had decent field position. And now they are inside the Eaglecrest 30. Nunn again with the carry, still on his feet, 20 down to the 10. Teacher's Nunn ridden out of bounds by Trey Miller at the 3-yard line. So the nice run by Teacher's Nunn puts the ball out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. And Sierra is knocking on the door. First down and 10 at the 3. They hand it off. He's going to get in for the touchdown. Bounced off Trey Miller and Jasper Armstrong to get in. And this ball game now is a lot closer at 17 to 15. So only a 2-point lead. And the Stallions looking to tie it up right now. And let's see, did they get in? No, they did not. Stopped him just short. A huge defensive play by the Raptors as they stopped Sierra just short of tying the ball game up. And it's 15-17 now. Check that, 14-17. I was giving Sierra more points than they were entitled to. Still a lot of time left to go in the first half. And Eaglecrest leads it 17-14. So Sierra now will kick it off. Brown, Sovereign, and Cameron, the deep guys. Not a real long kick, fielded at about the 15. They run the fake to reverse. On the return, still on his feet, Terrell Cameron out to the 36-yard line. So I don't know if the kick return reverse affected Sierra the way it did the cameraman, but he certainly believed that they handed it off to Sovereign. Hedrick hands it off to Brown. Brown across the 40, still on his feet. Stepping forward for yardage at about the 43-yard line. Watch the offensive line here. They are getting great surge for Eaglecrest. They're knocking people 4 and 5 yards off the ball. That time, Sierra reads it pretty good and pushes the Raptors back to the 42-yard line. Terrell Cameron running the sweep, cuts it inside across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line near midfield. That offensive line for Eaglecrest, a pretty solid unit. Mark Moon playing the tight end position. Matt Conati, Aaron Wagner, Owen Bradshaw, Alex Cogden, and Demetrius Serpes. And that is Dan Duran. Dan Duran gets some spot play, giving Jason Sovereign a rest, and he got a big run there as he bangs it all the way down to the Sierra 42-yard line. And he was like a tank on that one, just kept driving forward. And he rumbled over people on his way to the Sierra 42-yard line. So Hedrick under center again, and they're going to run the counter one more time to Terrell Cameron. This time they don't have as much success with it. That ball out to maybe the original line of scrimmage. They gave him a yard down to the 41. Ball at the 41-yard line. Damian Brown, I think he's looking to pass on the halfback option. He's completed it. Down to Rob Rosenau, I believe that is. All the way down to the 15-yard line. So Damian Brown not only can run the ball, he can throw it as well. We have seen that halfback option a couple times this year. And they swing it out to Brown again on the sweep, looking for some room to run. Just cuts it inside, stays on his feet, gets it inside the 10-yard line. Just inside the 10-yard line. That ball just touching the 10-yard line, the far tip of it, that is. And Hedrick has it, and they hand it off up the middle. Dan Duran again doing his tank imitation as he just bangs it up the middle. So Dan Duran is still in the ball game. We'll see if Jason Sovereign's hurt, or maybe Coach Ron Peterson just feels pretty confident with Duran in there. Duran, a big kid, 5'8", 190 pounds, so good size on his 5'8" frame, and he's getting good yardage. And now they run it up again, Duran, and Duran pushes it forward to about the 3-yard line. First down for Sierra, or for Eaglecrest now, on a couple of runs up the middle by Dan Duran. So I wonder if Ron Peterson, the coach of Eaglecrest, trying to establish that they can run it up the middle, as Bryce Hedrick on the quarterback keeper picks up maybe a yard. So it'll be second down at the 2-yard line now. And they've basically tested the middle of this Sierra defense this whole series. And Hedrick again will keep it. Let's see if he got it crossed. No official signal yet. Mark Moon indicates it is, and now we get the touchdown signal. So Bryce Hedrick on a 2-yard quarterback keeper puts it into the end zone and gives his team a 23-14 lead. And Jason Rogers into the ballgame to attempt the PAT and give his team a 10-point lead again, 24-14. And Rogers, plenty of foot, drilling it. Well, he's really kicking the ball well today. That would have been good from a good 15 or 20 yards deeper, because he sent it right down the middle, and plenty of yardage on it. So with 4 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the second period, the Eaglecrest Raptors are being rude hosts to the Sierra Stallions by beating them 24-14. Again, a high end over end kick handled at the 10-yard line. Sierra gets a good return on it. And Sierra really needs to get something going on this series right now, because Eaglecrest basically has taken them out of their game plan. Eaglecrest has put together some huge time-consuming drives here in the first half. Courtney McHugh going up top with one of the Sierra running backs and pushing him back, and then all of the Raptor defenders get over there. And now we have whistles from the officials. Not exactly sure. Now they wind the clock. Somebody maybe had some equipment they needed help with on the field. I didn't see exactly why they stopped play. Now they get it going again. And Sierra wants to pass across the middle. Nice catch. Down to the 40, still on his feet at the 30. 20, tripped up and slides down inside the 10. And that is just a big-time play. Tight end releasing across the middle, and he's a pretty tall kid. So a good target for the Sierra quarterback, and he found him. And nothing doing this time. Stopped back at the 8-yard line. Big play over there. Kevin Widmer involved. First tackler on that one. And now Sierra wants to roll it out. Oh my, Jasper Armstrong ripped the guy just in two, it seemed like. Went up top and knocked the ball loose. Jasper Armstrong, what a play. And he has been a terror in the playoffs so far this year. I can remember a couple times he's made huge plays like that on the quarterback. So the ball back at the 17-yard line. And they hand it off to Nunn. Nunn looking for the end zone. Nunn's not going to find it. Did he step in? No. Ran him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Trey Miller, or maybe it's Bo Rogers, I can't tell if there was a difference between an 8 and a 3 on that play. Ran him out at the 1-yard line, though, and saved the touchdown. Sierra will try the middle on a quarterback keeper. They did not get in, I don't think. They hold him. You see Courtney McHugh saying, yes, we did. And they did not get in. So a huge defensive play by the Eaglecrest Raptors, stopping Sierra cold on the 1-yard line. Of course, now the other side of the coin is that the Raptor offense has to get that ball out of there with not much room to work with. They'll tighten up the formation. Hedrick will call the signals, hands it off to Brown. Brown gets ahead for a couple. Trying the middle, not much there. I don't know what the Raptor coaching staff is thinking right now, but if it was me, I like running a little play action pass down here when you're in your own territory, especially with the good receivers that the Raptors have. Or that sweep has been good for him too, as Bryce Hedrick goes up top, sends a rainbow down there. Ball goes incomplete. Good coverage. Jason McQueen, the intended receiver over there. So third down now, and they need to get some room, because if Hedrick is going to punt this ball this deep in his own end zone, he's going to be standing right on his near the back of the end zone. and you don't get a good snap, you end up with a safety. And that is not what they want. They run the counter. Terrell Cameron gives him a little breathing room as he bangs it out to the 8-yard line. So we'll see now. It will be 3rd down, and they're going to be about 3 yards shy, and Hedrick's going to punt. And this is what I was talking about, so let's hope they get a good snap here, because now we're going to get flags on the play. See if Sierra jumps. Yeah. And now Hedrick standing just back on his end zone. Now we have more flags. Not exactly sure. They've whistled it twice now, and I haven't seen a call yet. So Bryce Hedrick will now stand near the end zone line, and he will get a punt off. A nice punt. High, not real long. It's going to take a Raptor roll, and they will get the coverage down there on the 38-yard line. So Sierra needs to get something here before the half, as momentum is all going Eaglecrest way right now. And they get good pressure. Again, Jasper Armstrong. Holy cow, what a big play that is. Jasper Armstrong, 2 sacks so far today, plus he hurried the quarterback earlier into throwing the ball that was almost intercepted. So Jasper Armstrong having himself a big day. And Sierra wants to go up top. He has a man inside the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. So Sierra going to a little bit of a hurry-up offense here, as the clock is winding here in the first half. They go across the middle again, wide open. That's none. Check that. That's not Teacher's none. And they line up right again. They're going to run a play right away now. Courtney McHugh was in on that last tackle. Ball at the 18-yard line. Sierra back looking to pass again. Good time. He's got a receiver down there. Great play by Trey Miller over there. That may have been Bo Rogers on that last play. It's hard to tell from this angle the difference between the 3 and the 8 on their jerseys. So the Raptors take the timeout to talk things over, get their ducks in a row defensively. And Sierra now with the ball at the Raptor 18-yard line. And the passing game working pretty good for the Stallions right now. Got a receiver down there, and he throws it almost directly to Bo Rogers over there. Rogers not able to hang on. Now they go across the middle. Another good defensive play, knocking the ball loose. And that again was Bo Rogers. So Bo Rogers now on back-to-back plays defensively, denying Sierra. Now they run the sweep to the outside. Good pursuit for the Raptors. And they run him out of bounds short of the first down. Teacher's Nunn widening the field too much, going east and west instead of north and south. So the Stallions will turn the ball over to the Raptors. They are unable to get into the end zone. And the Raptors will simply take a knee, run out the clock, and go to the half, leading 24-14. So now we are set to kick off the second half. The Eaglecrest Raptors had it all their way pretty much in the first half, and they lead it 24-14. Kick down to the 20. Sierra handles it, and now they get tackled, pushed back. First man down there, number 33, Greg Cutlip, on the coverage. So the Eaglecrest offense is clicking in high gear, and the defense, led by Jasper Armstrong with 2 sacks in the first half, have shut down this potent Sierra Stallion offense. Sierra rips off a big gainer there that time, though. And that ball squirted loose. Eaglecrest has it. Holy cow, just when it looks like Sierra maybe was getting ready to put some things together, they fumble the ball away to the Raptors at the Raptor 49-yard line. Hedrick will wait for the snap. He's got it. He hands it off to Brown. Brown cuts it inside across the 40, down to the 35, across the 30, still on his feet, cuts it inside back to the 20, and he gets it down to near the 20-yard line. And Damian Brown, boy, what a great job there. You notice he had the ball in the right hand every time he made a cut. And that is a great thing for running backs because you just don't get the ball stripped that way. You always want it in the hand away from where the pressure is coming. And Damian Brown almost instinctively knows to switch that ball from his right hand to his left hand, depending on where he's running to. Bryce Hedrick now will hand it off to Brown again. Brown gets the call and carries it down to about we'll call it the 15-yard line. Hedrick now on the snap, runs play action. Now they run the counter. Terrell Cameron coming around the other side, gets good coverage, still on his feet, bowling forward. He's going to be close. What do they say? Yeah. They're going to mark him down at the 1. I think perhaps his forward momentum should have carried him into the end zone. And that almost would be the knockout blow the Raptors are looking at. They're up 24-14. They get in the end zone here. It's 31-14. And Sierra, the way their offense has been going today, has really not had a whole lot of success. So a 15-point lead looks pretty good right now as they hand it off to Damian Brown. And Brown gets into the end zone for the touchdown. It is 30-14 Eaglecrest. Jason Rogers will look to add the extra point, and it's a very important extra point because then that'll make it a 15-point ball game. Check that'll make it a 17-point ball game, and then even 2 touchdowns and two-point conversions don't win it for the Sierra Stallions. And that's exactly what the Stallions will be facing now. They need to score 3 times. There is a lot of time left, but their offense having fits with that Raptor defense. So Jason Rogers will tee it up at the 40. Gets a high kick all the way down and out of the end zone. So the Stallions will take over at their 20-yard line. So Jason Rogers must have eaten his Wheaties this morning because he's drilled a 46-yard field goal. And a number of his kickoffs have carried way down inside Sierra territory. And then most of his PATs would have been good from 2 or 3 times the distance. Teatrus Nunn gets the carry, brings it across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. And Sierra running it again. Across to the 40. A whole parliament of Raptors, as the Eaglecrest PA announcer likes to say, over and on the tackle. Run that counter a little bit. And they get it out to the 45. You know, that may not be the smartest play. The Raptor defense sees that play because the Raptors run it so well, that counter play, about 50 or 60 times a week. And that might not be the smartest play there. They run it up the middle again. This time they squirt through across to the 44-yard line. That's Teatrus Nunn for the Sierra Stallions carrying the ball again. The Stallions bring a man in motion. Now they run the end around with that motion man. He's still on his feet down to the 35, up to the 34. So the Sierra Stallions are not ready to roll over and die yet. They are on the move. They got the ball to the Eaglecrest. Now they put it on the carpet. And it's an Eaglecrest ball. So that has been the story of the ball game all day long. Every time Sierra looks like they're putting it together, they kill themselves with a turnover. They've fumbled the ball 3 times now. And every single time they fumbled it, they were driving offensively. And that is just a backbreaker when you're trying to climb back into a ball game that you're trailing 31-14. And then the converse is that this Eaglecrest Raptor team has put together some nifty little drives of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plays and chewing up 5 and 6 minutes a pop every time they touch the ball. Jason Sovereign now a big run across midfield down to the 46-yard line. So Jason Sovereign asserting himself today. He's had a couple of real big runs, and his blocking ability is what made Damian Brown's life a lot easier today. Brown gets the carry back to, well, maybe the original line of scrimmage at the 45, call it. The Raptors really have not made very many mistakes today, and that is the key to the reason they lead 31-14. Plus, they've been able to convert most of Sierra's mistakes. As Jason Sovereign again across to the 30, bowling his way down to the 27-yard line. So the Raptors getting good production from their fullback slot today. Dan Duran and Jason Sovereign doing a nice job. And Sovereign's got to be close to 100 yards in this ball game as he's ripped off a couple of nice runs of 15 yards or more. Rousenow will split to the bottom. Hedrick under center. Hedrick has the snap. They run the counter play to Terrell Cameron. Flag on the play. Cameron tackled right away. So the call goes against Eaglecrest. Moves the ball back to the 37-yard line. Hedrick running play action again. Rolling out. Good time. No pressure. Sends it downfield. He's got a receiver. Mark Moon hauls it in. Did he keep it in bounds? No! Holy cow, Mark Moon with a great acrobatic catch. Nice concentration to stick with that ball, but not able to bring it in bounds. But great effort there by Mark Moon. Raptors come right back with play action. Price has got some pressure now, sends it downfield, rolling out. And Terrell Cameron, or Rob Rosenau, was the intended receiver. So again, 3rd down now for the Raptors. Pressure one more time, and Hedrick will just throw it out of bounds and bring up a 4th down situation. So Hedrick will punt the ball. Stands at about the 50-yard stripe. And it will hit and go out of bounds, bobbling through the end of the end zone. So the Stallions with the ball on their own 20 now. If they get Eaglecrest to jump, they'll add 5 yards. Take the ball at the 25-yard line. They need some points here. 31-14 they trail. And they run the sweep out to the outside. Better be careful. Trey Miller almost stripped that ball loose. Teacher's Nunn on the sweep to the other side. Gets ahead to about the 34-yard line. The officials now wind the clock. And the Stallions going up the middle with it. Called it out to maybe the 36-yard line. Sarah, miscommunication in the backfield as the quarterback and running back ran into each other. And they push it out to about the 30. Well, they get it out the original line of scrimmage at the 36. 2nd down, 3rd down now for Sierra. Jasper Armstrong, a good pressure from the outside again. This time Sierra completes it across into Raptor territory at the 30, call it the 47-yard line. Sierra looking to good pressure. Jasper Armstrong double team. This ball's picked off. Trey Miller picks it off and then heads upfield into Sierra territory at about the 40-yard line. And Trey Miller just made a great break on that ball. The quarterback pretty much telegraphed where he was going the entire time. And Trey Miller just read where his eyes were and made a good break on the ball, picks it off, sets up his team at the 36-yard line of Sierra. The Raptors lead it 31-14. Hedrick rolling out again, good times, got a receiver down there, hits him in full stride. Terrell Cameron, beautiful play. Terrell Cameron had a half step on the defender, and Bryce Hedrick under pressure, getting swarmed under by Sierra defenders, delivers it on the money, and he put it in such a place where only Terrell Cameron could catch it, and Terrell Cameron hauls it in and waltzes untouched into the end zone, and the Raptors now 37-14, and this may be about all she wrote for the Sierra Stallions. 37-14 on a beautiful pass play. Bryce Hedrick to Terrell Cameron, and now Rogers adds the PAT, so it is 38-14. There's about 15 minutes left to go in this ball game, and the Raptors all over Sierra. Sierra, as a lot of you know, very highly touted. A lot of people thought this would be a close game, but Sierra having its problems on the road today at the Stutler Bowl. So Sierra gets the ball at their 20-yard line, and they'll run the sweep. That's Nunn again. He's tackled right away. I believe that was Trey Miller over there on the tackle. Sierra looking to pass again. Has a receiver down there, sends it way downfield, and incomplete. The receiver tripped and fell down. And the fans calling for a pass interference penalty. No case for that at all, though, as the receiver clearly tripped and fell down. He wasn't pushed. So Sierra runs the, oh my, Lance Gillett sticking his face mask right on the numbers of the Sierra running back. And the running back looked up, and there was big old number 55, and he just leveled him and pushes him all the way back to the 17-yard line. So Sierra really not able to get anything going today. They've never been in this game. They send a pass across the middle, goes incomplete. Good coverage there, Bo Rogers. And Canapia, let's see if it looks like he's hurt. But Sierra never able to get things going their way today. And I know we've still got a whole fourth quarter to play, and stranger things have happened. But I think right now, the Eaglecrest Raptors are going to look to go to their first ever state 5A championship football game. So the Stallions turn the ball over to the Raptors on downs. It'll be first down at the Sierra 18 for the Raptors. Hedrick rolling out. He's got people ahead of him, and he's going to get in. Yes, touchdown, Bryce Hedrick, an 18-yard quarterback keeper. And Bryce Hedrick gets in. Credit Jason McQueen down there. He gave him the block that just cleared enough room for him to get into the end zone. So Bryce Hedrick having himself quite a day. He's completed touchdown passes to Damian Brown, 2 to Terrell Cameron, and now he bootlegs one in. And this game can go into the history books pretty much as the Raptors. Jason Rogers will add the PAT. And I guess he missed it. We didn't get the official signal. But it is now 45-14, a minute 32 left to go in the fourth. And the Raptors all over, I'm sorry, in the third, all over Sierra. Fans on the far side begin to celebrate. Now the only thing you have to worry about now is that Sierra will pull out all the stops. They're going to start trying every trick play, every little funky thing they can imagine to try and get into that end zone. Sierra gets the ball at the 20-yard line as it goes out of the end zone again. Got a receiver down there, and the ball incomplete again. Good coverage. Bo Rogers and Kanapke over there. So 2nd down and 10. I would imagine Sierra will probably load up and throw it every down now. Looking to pass across the middle, has a receiver, and that ball almost picked off. Jamie Kanapke, Bo Rogers again over on the coverage. And Gillett stops the run up the middle at about the 21-yard line.
Ball is being marked at the 22-yard line. Play is good for 2 yards. 4th and 8.
So 4th down and 8. Sierra looking for anything right now. And now they will switch out of it to their quick punt formation. And not a real good punt. Hits at midfield, takes a roll to the 47, rolls out of bounds. So the Raptors will take over at the 47-yard line.
First down, Eaglecrest.
Coach Ron Peterson keeping most of his starters into the ball game. Hedrick under center, they hand it off to Sovereign up the middle. Sovereign gets ahead for a yard maybe before he stopped at the 48-yard line. The Raptors, of course, that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Raptors lead it 45-14, 12 minutes to go. And the Eaglecrest Raptors can make their first appearance in the state 5A title game. The Raptors will face the winners of the Hinckley-Pooter game today as Bryce Hedrick runs play action, rolling out, looking to pass, sends it down there. And let's see where they mark it now. There seems to be some indecision if the call was pass interference or not. Now they mark it off. For the Raptors, the pass interference call puts it down to the 36-yard line.
Ball is placed on the Sierra 37-yard line.
The Hinckley Thunderbirds lost to Eaglecrest earlier in the season. And the Pooter Impalas have 2 losses on their records, but they came to the top teams in 6A, Northglenn and Boulder. So either one of those 2 teams, whoever qualifies today, would be a worthy matchup to these Eaglecrest Raptors. Terrell Cameron gets the call on the counter play, and beautiful blocking to the right side of the field. Turns it upfield, gets it inside the 20 at the, say, 15-yard line. And really right now there is absolutely nothing the Raptors can do wrong. They have got it all working their way. Eaglecrest has had the added advantage, too, of playing all their playoff games here at their home field, the Stutler Bowl. They haven't had to go on the road at all. And that's just one of those quirky things, the way that the Colorado High School Activities Association writes up the brackets before the season about who's going to play where and when. Raptors get the delay of game penalty back to the 20. And now Sierra is going to jump offside, so we'll move 5 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. The Raptors have the added advantage of playing on AstroTurf, too. Shasta looks at field conditions, and a lot of the playing surfaces this late in the year resemble the moon more than they do football fields. And of course the AstroTurf, even though I don't like the plastic stuff, no matter what you do to it, it is always ready to play. So Bryce Hedrick first down now at the 19-yard line. He gives the ball off to Terrell Cameron. Cameron spinning forward, still down to about the 16-yard line. I have been very impressed by Ron Peterson and his coaching staff this year. His team has been one of the best prepared. They do an awful lot of film study, and they just work on things. Jason Sovereign, nice handoff. He's going to get in for the touchdown. Oh, boy, what a great little bit of trickery there by Bryce Hedrick. Jason Rogers tries to add the PAT. Sovereign actually stopped. Bryce Hedrick looked like he was going back to pass, and he just dropped that ball right into the breadbasket of Sovereign. And most of the defense went with Hedrick thinking he was going back to pass, and Jason Sovereign right up the middle, basically unmolested, in for the touchdown. So 52 points on the side of the Eaglecrest Raptors, and they are up 52-14. And this is not at all the way the experts picked this ball game to come out. I personally thought it would be closer to like a 21-17 ball game, something like that. This game was never that close. Sierra looking for a return here. Now good open field tackle at the 40. And I believe that was Jason Rogers, the kicker, who made it. So Rogers saves the touchdown. Sierra will run the ball. That's Tetris Nunn. Nunn across to the 50, down to the 45. Finally tripped up there by, I believe it's Courtney McHugh, number 22. So Sierra now kind of looking for a moral victory as the Eaglecrest fans really start to celebrate it. They know their team is going to win. And they will run it outside. I believe if Pooter wins, the game could be up in Fort Collins. But if Hinckley wins, it most likely would be here at the Stettler Bowl next Saturday. Stettler Bowl holds about 9,000 people, give or take a few, when you fill it up all the way. And I would imagine the Eaglecrest Raptors have about 1,500 or 2,000 people over on their side of the ball. There has been some talk earlier in the week that the Raptors are one of the top 10 schools as far as attendance in the state. And some people have questioned why they're playing in the 5A ranks. But when you sign those contracts with CHSAA, they sign it for 2-year periods because you have to be able to play home and away for most of your football games. And so 2 years ago, when the Raptors didn't have all those kids, they had to sign up for 5A. As we see Sierra trying to run the pass, swing pass out there, nothing doing. They lose yardage back to the 50-yard line. So when you sign those 2-year contracts, you have to play out into the 5A class. And Eaglecrest, of course, will make the jump to the Big A schools, the big school class next year, which ironically will be called the 5A because there will be no more 6A, only 5 classes. As Sierra goes across the 40 to the 39, there will only be 5 classes for football, and the big school class will be 5A. So the Raptors get the ball back, and I would imagine we'll start to see some fresh faces into the ball game, and we do. That's Rob Penterick, the quarterback. And in the backfield, Nathan Szymanski and Mike Whitaker. And I will attempt to get you the numbers as best I can. They hand it off up the middle, across to the 40. See that Anthony White, number 60, making his first appearance into the ball game at the offensive line slot. Number 84, is Chris Vogelsong. He's into the ball game. And that's Mike Whitaker, number 32, carrying the ball that time. Penterick under center, hands it off again to Whitaker. Whitaker gets a good gain down to the 41. So Mike Whitaker, a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds, wants his shot of the glory now as he's running the ball well. Give Coach Ron Peterson credit for playing as many of these kids as he can. That was Nathan Szymanski, also a junior, carrying the ball. Because that is how you build your program. Of course, even if you just step into the ball game in a state playoff game for one play, you letter. So the Raptors look to be lettering about, well, at least 40 or 50 kids this year, as all these kids now that are into the ball game will get their varsity football letters. Penterick runs the pitch out to Whitaker again. Whitaker gets the corner, turns it up to the 48, bring up third down. Third down, call it 7 yards to go for Rob Penterick and his Raptor offense. That's number 85 into the ball game as well. Chris Wells, another junior on this squad. Penterick gets the snap, hands it off. Whitaker again. Whitaker across. He's going to be close to the first down. Number 64, Zach Wilcox, and number 70, Ben Harris, into the ball game. The offensive line slots. Penterick, a little confusion on the snap there. Number 74 is a new face for the Raptors. That's Chris Johnson. All right, so now Chris Garapi will be in on defense for the Raptors. Sierra, of course, keeps their front line unit in. They push it across to the 49-yard line. Number 45, Adam Parker, into the ball game. Number 73 is Bill Johnson. He's in on the D-line. And Sierra running the ball again out across to the 40. Ridden out of bounds there by number 5, Jeremy Conatee. Pressure again up the middle. Sierra's quarterback able to roll away from it, but not away from the pursuit. Good pursuit. And these second string guys really putting in a nice little effort here on defense. Sierra will swing it out to the outside across the 40 down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So Sierra looking for somewhat of a moral victory here, I think, as they send the ball incomplete. And now they run the pass back. That's number 45 on the tackle there for the Raptors. That's Adam Parker again. Sierra looking across the middle as a receiver, still on his feet to the 5-6 yard line. So Sierra now, they trail 52-14. They're looking for a little moral victory here, I think, trying to even the score up a little bit. They know their season's over. And they've got a receiver over there in the end zone, wide open, catches a touchdown. Jeremy Conti was the defender on that play. Sierra will go for 2. Try and make it 22-52. Cut Eaglecrest lead to 30 points. And they'll run that stacked backfield. They run the little trickery over there, and they are denied. Ran the end around, and then the running back turned back and looked for the quarterback, and the ball fell incomplete. So 1:57 left to go in the ball game, and Eaglecrest will win the ball game. It appears right now 52-20. Sierra will probably try an onside kick here. Try and get the ball back if they can. They've got their hands team on the field. And they don't. They kick it off deep. And Eaglecrest handles it down at the 5 or 6 yard line. That was number 28 for the Raptors, Nathan Daly. And he returns the ball out to about the 10-yard line. And Penteric will lead his troops up to the line. They have to run probably one play here. And they do. They hand it up off the middle. So now Rob Penteric, I think, just needs to take a knee. I don't think we'll run a play here. Well, he's going to keep the quarterback keeper, keep it up the middle. And the Eaglecrest Raptors will go to the Class 5A state title game against the winner of the Hinckley-Pooter game next Saturday. The school's first shot ever at a state title, and they will hope to continue their storybook season. With today's win, they will be 13-0. And you hear the crowd counting it down. And you get a good look at that excited Eaglecrest sideline. As Penteric will take the snap, hand it off up the middle. Ball squirts loose, but it doesn't matter. This ball game is history. The Eaglecrest Raptors rout the Sierra Stallions 52-20, and they will be celebrating at Eaglecrest tonight as the school will make its first ever appearance in the state.